Elizabeth Báthory. You've probably heard the name, right? The Blood Countess. It's a name that conjures up one of the most terrifying legends in all of history. But what if that legend, the story we all think we know, isn't the whole story? Well, this incredible, haunting ballad by the band NecroVeil gives us a totally different angle, painting this really complex and conflicting picture of her. So let's dive in and dissect this thing. Right off the bat, the song just sets this incredibly chilling Gothic tone. I mean, winter eyes. That line alone sends a shiver down your spine, doesn't it? It's not just saying she's cold, it's painting this whole atmosphere of a woman who is distant, trapped, and surrounded by this icy silence. It's a powerful way to start. Okay, so first things first. The ballad kind of leans into what we expect. It builds up that brutal, familiar legend, diving straight into the deep end with all the horrific details that have defined Elizabeth Báthory for centuries. It's crafting the portrait of a straight-up monster. And it doesn't waste any time, does it? It goes right for the most gruesome part of the myth, virgin skin. The whole idea that this was the source of her eternal youth and beauty. It's such a visceral image, and it gets right to the guts of the horror story we've all been told. And then you get this layer. The tools of her supposed cruelty. You know, the phrase, sharpening steel, is about more than just violence. It implies this was all premeditated. It suggests intention, a kind of cold, calculated brutality that honestly makes the story even more terrifying. So then the song gives her this moniker. And what a title, right? Queen of Pain. It feels like the perfect summary for all that rumor and fear, all boiled down into this one unforgettable nickname. And according to the lyrics, it's a title fueled by a relentless thirst to kill. 100. That's the number. The song claims she took 100 girls. Just think about that for a second. This specific number. It's what transforms the story from just a scary rumor into a full-blown legacy. It gives a legend this horrifying scale that's almost impossible to wrap your head around. But then, just when you think you have her all figured out as this purely evil character, bam, the song completely flips the script on us. The perspective shifts, and she asks the one question that drives this entire ballad. Was I the devil or their mistake? And this is where the story just cracks wide open. So in this second part, we get a totally different picture. It's like we're leaving the monster behind. Instead, we're introduced to this vulnerable, isolated woman. We're hearing the voice from behind the bars of our own legend. Man, this line, it's so simple, but it hits so hard, doesn't it? After all that talk about blood and sharpening steel, we get this moment of just profound human loneliness. It suggests there's this whole other side to the story, a story of personal suffering that history just completely ignored. And this is where it gets really interesting, because the song basically puts these two identities on trial, side by side. On one hand, you have the devil, the queen of pain with a thirst to kill. But on the other, you have the mistake, a grieving widow who says she only wanted love to win. The song forces us to ask, which one is real? Or could they both be true in some way? So here's her defense, laid out really clearly for us. She's basically saying, look, I wasn't a monster, I was a widow. I wasn't evil, I was grief itself. The lyrics totally reframes the narrative here, suggesting that this whole legend was something that was done to her, that they made her into this thief of lives. This single line is just an absolute opposition to everything the legend says she was. The myth is all about a thirst to kill, to stay beautiful, but her testimony, it's about a desire for love. I mean, you can't get two more different motivations. This is the absolute heart of the conflict in the song. And from there, the song does something really cool. It zooms out. It stops being just about her personal story and starts asking a much bigger question about the act of storytelling itself and how history gets written and accepted as truth. History's written by the ruthless youth. Wow, that is such a cynical line, but it really makes you think, doesn't it? It suggests that history isn't some objective, pure truth that just appears. No, it's a story that gets written, and the people who write it often have their own biases and ambitions. It really casts doubt on everything we think we know about her. This image of blood in the mirror keeps coming back, and it's absolutely key. A mirror is supposed to show you the truth, right? But what is the truth here? Is she looking in the mirror and seeing the reflection of a murderer, the gore of her own legend? Or is she seeing the reflection of a tormented woman, forced to look at the monstrous caricature the world made of her? It's brilliant because it could be both.
So the song pretty much lays out a step-by-step guide for how a person can be turned into a myth. It starts with something real, a woman's grief. Then, rumors start swirling around. And at that point, who knows what's a lie and what's the truth? Eventually, those rumors harden into a legend that just completely erases the actual human being at the center of it all.
And this all leaves us with this final, haunting question. Suddenly, this isn't just about Elizabeth Báthory anymore, is it? The song becomes this timeless reflection on how society deals with powerful women. What happens when a woman holds power? And what kinds of stories get told to contain it, control it, or even destroy it? It's a question that echoes way beyond some old castle in Hungary.